Good morning, Gophers and Wolves. Today is supposed to be Teacher Day, but I like to think about it like it's Student Day because without such amazing students, I wouldn't get the joy of being a teacher. So thank you all for being wonderful first graders and for getting to be my students. I love each and every one of you. I would like to start today with our story on Jacob again. Remember yesterday we had his two sons, or Isaac's two sons, Jacob and Esau, not making very good choices. Jacob's dream. Jacob is running away right now because he made a bad choice and took his brother's blessing. Jacob traveled for many miles. His uncle Laban lived far away. One night he lay on the ground using a stone for his pillow. Jacob fell fast asleep. I don't think I'd fall asleep very fast if I had to sleep on a pillow made of rocks. Jacob dreamed of a stairway to heaven. Angels walked up and down. God said, "I am watching over you, Jacob. Someday, all of this land will belong to you and your family." The next morning, when Jacob woke up, he said, "The Lord is in this place." He took his stone pillow and set it up as a reminder of his dream. Jacob promised God. Then he continued on his way. Or Jacob praised God, then he continued on his way. All right, let's look at what you have for math today. We've been working a lot with graphs, but now we're going to move on to something called area. Area is the number of square units that cover a surface. So whenever we look at this box, we can see how big it is by counting the number of squares. We would go, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, and that's how big it is. Someone asked, how big is the yellow box? You'd say it's filled with 4 squares. So each of these squares is 1 inch, so I could say it's 4 square inches. So this is 1 square inch. Now this yellow one is 4 square inches, but we can count and see the green one is 4 square inches too. Even though it's long, it has the same number. And so does this reddish orange one. We're going to come down to this bottom part and we just need to count how many square inches they have in each one of these sets of boxes. So the first one is blue, and you count how many boxes are inside of it and write it here, and that will tell you how many square inches there are. Then you're going to do the same thing with the pink one. Count each one of the boxes and write the number here. Then the same with the orange one. Count each one of the boxes and write your number there. On the back side, we're going to do the same thing, but instead of square inches, we're going to use square centimeters. Remember, centimeters are on the ruler too, but they're the smaller ones. So we can count and see how many square centimeters there are. Count each one of the squares inside the orange box or orange rectangle and write how many square centimeters you have. Count each one of the yellow ones and write it there. Each one of the green ones and write it here. At the bottom, you're going to be trying to see which one is bigger. One of the reasons we use square inches or square centimeters is to tell which size is bigger. So if I look at both of these things, it could be kind of hard without those squares to tell me which is bigger, but I can count them. So I want to know for number 7, is this one bigger or is this one bigger? You just need to count the number, and whichever has the larger number is the one that has the greater size square centimeters. So circle which one of those two has more squares. Then you're going to count these and circle which one has more squares of this one or that one. Then you're going to come down to number 8 and you're going to do the same thing again. Count how many squares there are. And then count how many squares are here and circle which one has the larger number. Sometimes it helps if you write in each box to say how many there are. So you could write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you write 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. Once you've written those in and you do the same thing here, it should be a little easier to see which one has the bigger number. All right, let's move on to your phonics. All right, today in phonics, we're working with yet another silent letter. Yesterday you worked with silent W and with the R after. Today you're going to be working with a silent K with an N after. Excuse me. So what that looks like, just a second, is a silent K, then N-I-G-H-T. So this is a knight, like a knight in shining armor. But this K is silent. I don't say it's a knight in shining armor. I just say knight. So if it's a K with an N after, then it's a silent K. We also have the word kneel. Kneel has a K with an N after, so I know this is silent. And then I just pronounce the N-E-E-L, kneel. All right. You need to fill in the bubble for the word that matches this picture. Kneel or king. Notice there's no N right after the K, so we pronounce the K. King. Is this a no or a not? This type of no means like you understand something. No or not. All of your choices to fill in these sentences are going to be K's with silent K's with N's. So, the lady fell and cut her knight, knock, knee, kneel, or not. Before I go to sleep, I blank to pray. I knight to pray, I knock to pray, I kneel to pray, or I need to pray, I kneel to pray, or I not to pray. Number 3, the blank rode a great horse. The knight rode a great horse, the knock rode a great horse, the knee rode a great horse, the kneel rode a great horse, or the not rode a great horse. Number 4, we heard a blank at the door. We heard a knight at the door. We heard a knock at the door. We heard a knee at the door. We heard a kneel at the door. Or we heard a not at the door. Number 5, I have a blank in my shoelace. I have a knight in my shoelace. I have a knock in my shoelace. I have a knee in my shoelace. I have a kneel in my shoelace, or I have a knot in my shoelace. Let's turn this over. So you are going to be working on writing things in alphabetical order again today. Remember, that's putting things in order that you find them in the ABCs. You're going to start that by writing the ABCs out to help you. So let's go through the ABCs, and then I will help you put one of these groups in order, and you'll be able to do the rest. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. All right, let's start by putting these 3 words in order. We have recess, swing, and kickball. So remember, we're going through and writing them in order that we would find the first letter of the word in the alphabet. Recess, swing, and kickball. So we go A, B. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So I know K comes first. So 1 for K. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. R comes next. R, S. So we go kickball, recess, then swing. All right. Whenever you find these, you're going to write the numbers next to them, and then you're going to draw a picture of number 3 in each one of these boxes. So for this one, number 3 is a swing. So you're going to write a picture of a swing in this box. You're going to go through and number these in order, just using the S, F, and R. Do the same thing over here for B, S, and R, and R, J, and S. Use the alphabet here to help you. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, your parents need to send me a picture of your log sheet so I know you've been doing your work. I can check on reading A to Z or IXL, but if you haven't logged into those each day, I don't know if you've done your work if you don't send it to me. And I need to see that every single day you've done work. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.